Is a Philips Magnavox CRT television. I'm happy to dispose of now because I have a way of getting rid of all of the picture tube, as you have all seen. Driver with the long screws. A little more reach than what I got. And this one is a small one. There's our degaussing cable, which hopefully will be copper. And we have copper. Yeah, it's not a particularly big one, but we shall take what we can get. This TV looks like it's been outside for a while. No copper on that one. It's just plastic. Got a decent little amount of copper on the yoke. On the board. The rest of this is the picture tube and the speaker. So we will set it aside. Go outside and be ground out. So what did we get out of that little bit of wire? I had hoped to have a source for these TVs, and my source dried up. Somebody else went and got all of them before I was ready for them. Oh well, hopefully they stayed out of landfill. This is why I say this looks like it's been outside for a while, because it is all rusty in here. I do have my other bit here. Okey-dokey. This one has a huge amount of glue on it here. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one apart my easy way. There we go. We got those two little guys. We got this little guy that is so fouled with glue on here. I'm not sure I can get that off without destroying all the ferrite in it. I think we're just going to have to break the ferrite to get that out. And then we got this heavy bit. I say heavy, it's not all that. But it is it is copper in there. It's a little Magnavox TV, gives us a little bit of copper, not a huge amount. This is obviously one of the modern day, more modern ones. This can go straight in to be melted. This I'm going to have to get the ferrite and the glue off of it as much as I can. I really don't want to bother with it. Here's my problem. Got a little bit of wire here, including the degaussing cable. Including this piece, which is the horrid low yield, if any, wire. Over here, this is the backboard that goes onto the back of the picture tube. We've got 3 nice big chunky transformers there that may have some gold or silver in them. We've got a nice big ceramic capacitor. The rest of that's diodes and resistors and can go into low grade shred. The main board here has got our flyback transformer on it, which will have some copper in. I just got to figure out how to get it out. What I love about these and hate about them at the same time is they're so fragile, the boards just make it pop off. We've got copper bearing item there, copper bearing item here. Got some ceramic capacitors throughout. We've got a couple of MOSFETs, a couple 3 of them it looks like. There should be a crystal oscillator in here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. Okay, we got silver switches up here at the front. I know there's got to be a crystal. There it is. There's a crystal oscillator. There we go. I'm kind of hitting, I debate whether those have any real value in them. I know a lot of people collect them, including myself, but I just don't know if there's any real value in them. I think I saw E-Waste Ben take some apart, and they didn't look like they contained very much of anything. But we will get what we can get here. Copper bearing. Bearing. Heat sinks in this one appear to be steel. Good grief. There it goes. I only broke away. Okay, so we got some big capacitors in here. That may be a relay. One big resistor, one of the big resistors, I should say. Go ahead and we're going to process this one all the way down if we can, if my battery holds. Now I am going to break this board up and process part of it as low grade and part of it as high grade. And the only reason I'm going to do that is because it's got the silver switches embedded on it. So I'm going to break the silver switches off and I'll process that as high grade. Small daughter board there. Another little copper bearing item there. As I said, they even give me nice little lines here. See if I can break it right along there. There we go. So this is going to be the piece I'm going to process high grade. Since it's got our silver switches on it and a little chip there. It's got 3 legs on it. I'm thinking it's a transistor, but okay, and you are a capacitor. So the rest of that can get processed low grade. left, or I should say the rest of the board. You were hiding on me. I think I've just about got everything off this board. It's worth getting. All I'm seeing left are resistors, diodes, and that's about it. A few little small chips here. And I do need to see what's inside this little... We do have a flat pack and a chip on the back too, but that's not going to stop me from processing the rest of this as low grade. And this one's just got the copper wire, copper spools on one side. Means there might be a little chip on this side. Yep. There's some surface mount components. Take our end piece off, check it for steel, it's brass. Peel as much of the steel off as I can here. The rest of that can go through as low grade. So we got a low grade board. Small little bit that we'll process with high grade stuff due to the silver content. And that is about it, folks. Oh, we do have this little daughter board again. It's got one little tiny transformer, actually. A transformer, yep, that's a transformer as well. And that's resistors and diodes now, so that's low grade. That's it. So we got very little of that TV. But I don't care. As I said, I've got a way of disposing of the picture tubes now. We got 3 little copper bearing items, the copper out of the yoke, which I've got to get off of that, and then the degaussing cable and a little bit of wire. Otherwise, not very much here. We've got aluminum capacitors. We got, that's nothing. We'll grind it up, see if we can get anything. 3 little, or 2, and what I believe is a 3rd MOSFET. If it's not a MOSFET, it's got a copper backing plate on it anyway, so we're going to treat it as one. Transformers. We got a small handful of transistors. To add to our growing collection. These are the ceramic capacitors. Another small handful of those to add to our definitely growing stack. And that container's about 1/4 of the way full. Let's see here. One of the big resistors. We got one crystal oscillator and a couple of those other capacitors. One that we're including with the tantalums, even though it may not be. And last but not least, our 3 little copper bearing items that need to be taken care of. So that's it for the small Philips Magnavox TV. And we'll say just have a good one, guys.